What's up, OBB fam? It is Toast, and when it came to their tagline, the Ed Morse Automotive Group could have said anything, but they went with backed by Morse. They want their customers to know that when they buy from Ed Morse, they are backed by Ed Morse. And right now, during the Get Backed event, every vehicle is on sale and backed by Morse. New vehicles are backed by Morse with price protection promises. All used vehicles are on sale and backed by Morse with thorough inspections and warranties. Even your service is backed by Morse with a price match guarantee. Shop hundreds of new, used, and certified pre-owned vehicles, all the best makes and models, all on sale, and all backed by Morse. Ed Morse even has your back with low finance rates on all your favorite vehicles, and you already know their lower finance rates mean lower monthly car payments. So make this the year you get backed by Morse. Shop an amazing selection of vehicles with unbeatable deals, all backed by Morse. Find a location nearest you and go to edmorse.com today. But remember, you're only backed by Morse when you buy from Morse.
Coming to you from the middle of Canes country, you're listening to the #1 rated football podcast in the Dominican Republic.
Hola.
These are the Orange Bowl Boys.
Brought to you by Ed Morse. Join the 1.75 million people that have been backed by Morse. With the price protection promise, Ed Morse will match any competitor's price or refund you up to $7,500.
Here's Toast, Roman, and Scoop.
Welcome. It is the Mario Era, episode number 7.
Siete de Mario! Siete de Mario! It's me, Mario! Siete.
This guy.
It's our first show post tank.
Yes. First show post.
I
what was
still feel a bit of a tank hangover. Not from the beer.
I don't know.
Not from the tequila that I
It was
snuck
delicious
in.
beer, by the way.
Yeah.
Go Budley Go. Apparently,
Yeah.
it's very,
Go
very
Budley
good.
Go. Oh,
I didn't
so
try
good.
any, but apparently it's very, very good.
Yeah.
But I am just hungover from that party, boys. My
Yes.
God, that was fun.
I'm not sure how we will surpass it, but I'm looking forward to trying.
I have a couple ideas. I do have some ideas. They've been bouncing around in my head for like 4 days now.
Scoop's smiling. He knows.
Oh my God! Like really, like I've got some really good ideas, and it'll surpass it too. Don't kid yourself. Maybe more than once.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. I think it's worth another shot at the tank.
God, so good. That was, I tell you, I mean, that was just the perfect venue for the perfect event with TVD. Thank you so much, Tyler, for coming out. That was absolutely brilliant of him to do that.
Yes, sir.
X came out.
QB1.
X was on the show with us. 2021 brand ambassador of the OBB. We had Jaleel Skinner.
The Young
We
Guns.
had Cyrus Moss. We had
And Jakari
Brown. We had Drew Rosenhaus. We had Mr. John Ruiz. We had the most important of all, of course. The Wolf was in attendance with his family. My God, what great people.
Beating the bookie and his
Beating
dad.
the book, his dad were there. Oh, my God.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I'm so jealous of Rudy Fernandez's gift.
Oh, that was pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
I want that orange ball sign.
Yeah.
I want that thing. You can get that at Caneswear, by the way, but I want it. So pimp. Oh my goodness. I agree. I had such a blast. Just seeing the social sphere too, like the Twitterverse. Just some of those guys that came out there, like Steve the Goat, Rob, Mr. T, Big Spade, like all those guys, and OBB. Oh my! It was such a wonderful event. It was such brand ambassador too. Shelton was there, fully decked out in his uniform. It was awesome bringing him up on stage. That guy just makes me smile. I'm glad he's on board too. But it was a great event. It was. But you said it best, Scoop. You said it best. You're like, that could be like the ultimate, right? The ultimate experience. That could be the culmination right there. Not even close. Not even close. We're not close to being done. No way. Not even close.
I think the most bizarre thing about that night was, walking around doing the rounds and introducing yourself to everyone, and they'd be like, "Hey, my name's Chris," and I'd be like, "Twitter handle." Oh, okay. I know who you are. I know who you are. Yeah, Chris is meaningless to me, but
I gotta
for
be
life.
honest
There
with
you go. Sure.
Yeah, yeah. I feel a little awkward about all that stuff. like that kind of stuff kind of wigs me out because it's like I feel like I should know, but I don't know, right? Because I mean, how would you know? And then they say their name, and I'm like, awesome. Like you said, awesome. Tell me how I know you. Like, give me something. What have you said to us? What
I was actually asking them Twitter handle. I would actually say, "What's your Twitter handle?" Yeah,
isn't that crazy? Yeah. I know. It's just, man, it's wildly cool. And we had OBB family. Zach Lachin State was there, and
folks flew in for this. Flew in.
Ryan was there. Luca to the U, his father. Loans was there.
It's
Jason
so many
was
people.
there. Drove down from Georgia. I mean, it just, and the place was madhouse, dude. For Tyler's
in
signature,
January.
Around the
In
building
January.
inside. It's a 5,000 square foot space around the building.
Listen, here's what I'll tell you. Our boy got paid that night.
Si, senor.
He got paid. I don't know how much, but he got paid.
I know how much.
Scoop asked.
I
I
can
know
do
how
simple
much
math, but I'm not sure if they hit the number. But it was, he
was
did
fantastic.
his
Quick
it was
math.
I actually got to briefly meet his girlfriend who plays golf.
Yeah, Morgan
golf
plays golf
for the
there.
University of
She's got
Miami.
an NIL deal with LifeWalt as well.
It was just awesome, man. It was an awesome.
They were in a
I saw
commercial
that,
together
yeah.
for
I
Life
saw
Ball.
that.
It was-
I saw that.
Tyler forgets everything.
Tyler, I was like, Tyler, you're lucky. I was the tweet I put. I was just I was like, I was so close to put. I'll say it now because I can hide behind this. Right? Nobody knows which one is talking right now. I was like, you're so lucky you throw a good deep ball. It was like she was kicking his ass in the acting.
Oh no,
skills.
he's
It wasn't even
overacting a little
close.
bit. He's overacting a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We got to talk about signing day. We got to talk about the schedule. We now have we got to figure out when our tailgate's going to be. So plenty of stuff that we got to get to in this episode. Should we head on down to Green Tree?
Yes, sir.
Line 72. Line 800.
Let's go.
Should also mention that it's an IP Daily also coming up at some point.
Oh,
Maybe.
Love that
But
guy.
we got to start with the headline, and that is today was the traditional National Signing Day. Obviously, it's lost a little bit of its luster with the emergence of early signing day that happens before Christmas, but it's still a little bit fun. I will say the most disappointing thing about it, how you know it's taken a notch down, there was no live coverage on any of the ESPN networks today. Not in ESPN, not on ESPN2, not even on ESPNU. They were re-showing Pittsburgh, North Carolina, the football game. That's kind of how you know, like the Shamar Stewart announcement wasn't even on the network. You had to watch thankfully Gio was out there for us. He streamed it on the OBB Recruiting Pod Twitter account. But anyways, we had one hell of a day, boys.
Big movers.
When Mario got here, we were in the 60s or 70s, and now we're at 15.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't think it was possible. Like when he first came in and we had that quote like, hey, you won't miss a class, you won't miss a beat. Like, my goodness, I was like, if we get top 25, that's a remarkable feat, right? Remarkable. Top 20? No way. Top 15? Top 15. You realize he's 2 months. He's been here 2 months. And probably one of the best tweets of the day came from my boys at Sebastian's Pubs. Sebastian's Pub. Because they literally said the rest of the state got out recruited by five guys.
Yes.
That was
I did
awesome.
see that.
The 5-guy logo.
The logo?
That was spectacular.
The five
Yes,
guys.
that was great.
And it's so
Here's
true.
the-
There's
Yeah.
five guys on
Here's
this
the
roster.
reality. He's done nothing but recruit. Right? Think about it. He's done nothing but recruit.
Well, and you see the photos every day at every high school in Florida, not just South Florida, Florida, with coaches in the hallways taking photos, reestablishing relationships that had been left to rot over the last number of years.
He has a twin. He has to.
Right.
There's no, like, he is in Texas 1 second, out back on the West Coast. He's in 16 different Florida schools from here to Jacksonville. I mean, he's all over the place. He's relentless. He's relentless, and it showed. Boys, I can't say it enough. I never thought in a million years he was going to be top 15 in 2 months.
Dude, we're the top class in the state.
Tough to do.
Top class in the state. We went right past Florida in FSU.
Hey, Ro, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
I think it's just the A on his chest.
Listen, yeah, he can recruit him. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. This comes back long ago. It's like he always wanted Mario. I didn't want him. I wasn't on the Mario train. And then the guy went to Oregon. He sold me once he was out in Oregon. And I always told him, everybody can recruit with an A on their chest. Not really, because Billy Napier had an A on his chest.
He did.
It didn't help him that much today.
Bro, they got it ghosted by everybody.
But listen, let's talk about this. There was national headlines from the national people. Big surprises, big movers. Miami was on that list. Big losers. Florida was on that list. We didn't say it, not because it says the Orange Bowl boys and we love the U. We're just telling you the state of FSU. Oh my goodness, what did you guys do? You guys were puffing your chest. I'll give credit to Manny Diaz here. No, I know. I said Manny Diaz, the former coach. He said it doesn't matter what you're doing in June. It only matters. What happened today, FSU? Where are you guys at? You know, all the jokes. Load more. That's all you kept saying because our class had to load more. You should be a little nervous because this guy's been here 2 months and got a top 15 class.
Listen, it's insane. I think what kind of got everyone excited today was there was an unexpected one right off the bat, and that was Citizen.
Yeah.
Citizen was absolutely – now, if you weren't paying attention, he came down here last week, and so we were the last – I always like it when we're the last place you visit before you're going to make your announcement because that means you have that traditional chance to actually close a kid. But that was all LSU in Florida, man. We weren't even in the running for him until Mario got here, and he just flipped. That was a cold, hard flip, and that stunned Billy Napier. I guarantee you he sat at his desk for a good 30 seconds like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Then he got
Now, suddenly,
left at the altar by the linebacker as well that went to LSU. He was a Florida lock as well.
And then we beat him for the Jacksonville offensive lineman later in the day.
Yeah.
Woof.
Talked about Citizen. You wanted to talk about the running back.
He's a
room.
big
boy.
boy.
You heard some fans. Yeah, you heard the running back room is loaded. This is before we ended up getting Parrish and Citizen. So now,
Yes.
yeah, can't even afford it, dude. You want to talk about
Where's the sound?
deep
Give me a sound.
at the
Give me a
running?
sound toast.
Yeah,
A sound.
the portal.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Now you can think about it, and just you got the Rooster coming back, Chaney is healthy, Thaddeus Franklin, Citizen, Parrish, Cody Brown. Now somebody's probably going to hit the portal. I wouldn't say the two guys coming in.
Did you mention Don Chaney coming off of injury? Okay,
I did.
okay,
I
there
did.
you go.
I did.
Yeah.
That's a deep ass running room. So you don't tell me that Mario's not going to. We know Mario's going to try to run the ball more. We get it. We hear you.
Well, that's
Okay,
what McClendon's telling recruits that all we're going to do is run the ball, so receivers shouldn't even bother coming now.
Yeah, whatever. Now you're negative recruiting.
You see Georgia? How's that aerial attack in Georgia?
Hey, you know what, BMAC exactly was like 57th last year. Listen, BMAC, nothing but the respect to you. You poke your head in though. I'm gonna poke it back. Good luck with the guy who fired you, right?
Right.
Sucker move. You went back to a dude that fired you. It's like going back to the girl that cheated on you. Good luck, bro. Have fun.
Listen, if I'm a wide receiver and I see what Georgia, how they've catapulted Pickens as a top draft thing, I'm going somewhere else. That dude has all the talent in the world. All the talent in the world.
Yeah, Washington, the tight end, he's doing great over there.
Exactly.
He's just lighting up worlds. Yeah, tight end, my ass.
Yep. And listen, dude, and to Shamar, listen, man, congrats on your choice. Enjoy the other 75 defensive linemen that are on that roster. That are all 4 and 5 stars.
I knew this topic was going to come up. So listen, OBB fans, just so you know how it works sometimes with certain recruits, certain recruits have handlers. They come in the guise of a coach. It's a handler. And you know what they look for? They keep their hand out, and they look for money. And they try to make it seem, and are coming out with tweets saying, oh, we don't worry about sheep. A lion doesn't. You're not a lion. You're a rat. You're a snake. You're not looking at what's best for interest. The kid says he wants to go play in a 4-2-5. You know what defense he's about to go into? That guy runs an odd man front. And you think he's going to, yeah, he's talented. He's got first round written on him, potentially if his career goes the way it's supposed to. I'm not taking anything away from Shamar. This has nothing to do with you. But you want to tell me the better situation was for him to go to Texas A&M? Not even close. He comes out of Miami. He gets the field in front of his hometown if that's what he wanted to do. Dude, reckless, complete reckless handler activity has been going on for Miami for years. And in a lot of ways, I applaud Miami because when it was the way it was, distance yourself from it. Would you like to have Shamar on your list? Yes. But that guy is one of my most viral tweet today was the fact I'm like, it looks like the handler's getting bodied by Canes fans. That thing went viral, because everybody knows what you did. Don't try to pretend like you didn't do it, right? Handler got paid. Enjoy it. And you coaches, you suck. Nick Saban, we never had somebody get paid. You turn, and then Jimbo Fisher. I guess when you're part of the Nick Saban tree, part of falling off that tree is that you go like stupid in your head, and you think everybody else is stupid. You lying sack of shits. You know how many people you've paid over the years? Jimbo Fisher. You know how much money you spent in NIL deals? Because the handler was asking for the same amount of money down here. So shut the hell up. You guys are paying everybody. It is what it is. But it doesn't matter because Mario still was able to, in 2 months, get a top 15 class. We're going to get ours. It's fine. You handlers suck. Nick Saban, you're a liar. Jimbo Fisher, you're a liar too. Enjoy the nice day. Nobody buys your bullshit.
The best part about that entire rant.
It happens sometimes.
He says, instead of lying sacks of shit, he says, you lying sack of shits.
You know I'm dyslexic, man.
Well, listen, we have to
it's a struggle.
So
it's real.
good. It's so
we have
good.
to give
The struggles.
we got to give Jimbo a little credit because this class does come in as the all-time best rated class in the history of ratings. They beat out the Alabama class from last year by about 3/4 of a point. So Texas 22 Texas A&M class, the best class in the history of college football according to the 24/7 composite.
I will say this though, and it's not a sentimental thing because we got ours. I'm very proud of Mara's performance on the recruiting trail, only being here 2 months. I can't stress that enough. It's important to keep recruiting those guys because when you have all those many 5-stars, what do you think at the end of the day that they're going to keep all these 5-stars, that they're not going to transfer out? Get the hell out of here. So it's important to finish second in recruiting a lot of times because we're going to see some of these kids again.
Right? I mean, that part of all of this has changed.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they all, they signed it. There was no portal. If they transfer, they had to sit out a year, go JUCO. Whatever. It's a totally different scenario. So, so you got to, if you have any interest, you like the kid a lot, and he just thought the different situation was better, you try not to burn bridges in today's, today's landscape with the recruits for sure.
Why don't we, while we're talking about the recruiting, why don't we go to IP Daily, because I believe this is what his report was about for this week. So it's been a while since we had IP on.
His going rate keeps going
See how rusty he is.
I'm IP Daily with my stream of consciousness. Dateline Miami. When National Signing Day is in the books, and Mario Cristobal has quickly established himself as Mike Norvell and Billy Napier's daddy. The Hurricanes Cuban commando equipped himself with only a statue of the Virgin Mary and a La Caja China and took the Canes from the 60s all the way up to number 15. It was a seismic performance that was powered by approximately 197 gallons of Cafe Bustelo over the last 2 months. In fact, the only low point this cycle was missing out on a local 5-star defensive lineman. The Canes did all they could. They offered his handler, Big Mo, a lifetime supply of lap dances and tootsies. Unfortunately, it was the wrong kind of lap, as Texas A&M offered him an NIL endorsing lap band surgery, and that was enough to close the deal. Until next time, I'm IP Daily asking, do you know the definition of a dope ring? It's 10 Aggies standing in a circle.
Listen, IP's his own man. He makes his own comments. He makes his own statements. And I, as an Orange Bowl, just one of three, and it's always been a democracy, I vote that IP report stays in. That's just me. Okay?
Scoop, what do you say?
What did they say in Red Notice? No, what's that show? I Concur. What do they say? That movie.
I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
a movie, the submarine movie. Denzel
Red October.
What does he say?
And remember, things on this boat don't react well to bullets.
When they say like I confirm or I concur that message or whatever it is, I'm with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, that's two. That's
All right,
that's
so
two.
just-
That's it. All right, it's in.
Whatever.
Oh boy. All right, so
I
hey, we got to
authenticate.
talk.
I authenticate that
yeah.
message. There it is.
Is there any more recruiting you want to hit? Because we also have a schedule that was dropped.
Yeah, good class, man. Good class. Hey, by the way, 70% blue chip ratio. Over 70%.
Listen, and if
that's another
if you
thing,
go
too.
by average
Hey.
recruit, it's a top 5 class in
That's
terms
correct,
of
by numbers
rating.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll go by that. You just don't.
So-
They just didn't have the numbers. They didn't have they didn't have the relationships built. So if you're telling me that they got 13 kids, and of those 13, their average star rating is a top 5 class in the country, who's bitching about what?
Bro, can you even imagine what the 23 class is going to look like down here? A full cycle, full staff?
No,
Dude.
I mean,
Mario down here,
Stop.
just get inside the top 10, because this is the thing. Because we're about to shift gears, right? It's portal season again. What? And Mario just said it too. We need to upgrade the linebacker position.
Well, and he also mentioned
came on
in his
record.
thing today that the kid from UAB is going to be playing D tackle. He's not playing linebacker.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Yeah.
grew. So he's gonna be, I see him to be like in that 1 tech role, 3 tech role. He's not gonna be that 0 tech head up. Yeah, he could. But in most of the times he's gonna be a penetrating type guy. So you gotta build it in the trenches, but there's a portal. There's a portal.
You talk about the trenches. Have you seen the stats on Enes Cooper?
no, I'd like to hear.
6'6", 6'6",
Okay.
352.
That's your
an
0 tech
incoming
tackle.
friend.
That's a
Jesus Christ.
offensive lineman.
Oh, yeah, tackle. Oh, just a monster of a man. Monster.
But then you have
He's a kid from Alabama.
Didn't he get 2 other
That
guys?
tackle.
Oh, yeah, you got McCoy from St. Augustine. He's 6'6", 285. And then you've got there's the other.
I thought he got 3 offensive linemen.
Well, then you had no. There was. Oh yeah, you got the guy in the portal from Oregon
Yeah,
who's 6'3", 340.
his center. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah,
Sagapolo.
yeah.
Who like deadlift like 700 pounds or some crazy something of something.
Yeah.
Like
he did. Hey, he
pick
did
up
get
a bus
Moten.
with a whole bunch of people on
Get
it.
Moten.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Cardinal Gibbons.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a guy that Manny didn't bother recruiting.
Dude, man, I listen. We can take all the shots that we want at Shamar's handler, but from what I'm reading and being told, the biggest reason we didn't get Shamar was because Manning dropped the ball on them. The relationship just wasn't even there.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Is it bullshit?
That's
All right.
an excuse. Like, give me a break already, right? The reality is,
Was Manning talking to him?
I don't care. If you want to play here, you play
play here.
here.
Yeah,
it's
of
not
course.
a fucking difficult decision, right? If that's what you want, you do it. If you're telling me that you want to stay home and represent you want to stay home, okay? And I'm not bashing anybody, but this is the reality. You want to stay home, play for the University of Miami, and the previous regime didn't recruit you, then you're out making relationships and seeing other schools and yada, 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 right? And then Mario Cristobal gets hired, and you see this program flip on a dime, the trajectory straight up. And now all of a sudden, he's made you the top priority recruit at the school that you always want to go to. You go there.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to go,
Now
you don't. So there's no excuses whatsoever. None. Zero. Whatever nonsense you want to make up, it's completely invalid. You want to make up that the staff wasn't intact? Bullshit. I call bullshit. I don't care. It doesn't matter who the defensive coordinator is. And Roy even said it. They're playing a 3-3-5 in Texas A&M. That doesn't fit him. But fine. They had a DC in place. Oh, that's a better situation.
Oh, barely.
For like a week.
For like a week.
You know what I mean? That's the thing for me. If relationship, not relationship, it's nonsense. Look at our boy Cyrus Moss, right? Cyrus Moss. He never heard of Miami for the most part, honestly. I had a good conversation with the
Coach
kid.
told him to go out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Never even considered it, not one single time. Mario gets the gig. Cyrus down here for 24 hours, and he was like, yeah, that's the place I need to be. I believe in Mario Cristobal. So if you're a fan, you grew up here, you bleed orange and green, and the previous regime didn't talk to you, okay, now you're the highest priority on the board for the new regime. And you still go somewhere else? No, you don't want to come here in the first place. So don't play that card.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No,
No-
by
nothing
all
against.
means. But
Yeah,
don't,
do your
all the
thing.
help and
I don't,
success in the
I
world.
don't need to hear
Go
the
do it.
excuses.
We don't trash kids.
I don't need to hear
yeah,
the
we don't
excuses.
trash the kids.
I don't care. Just don't. But we're not like I'm a lot older and a lot wiser. I don't need to hear the excuses.
Yeah, we're not dumb.
It's totally cool. Go
Yeah.
do you, man. Don't go kick ass. Go make your money.
But
don't play us
You
for
mentioned
dummies.
the defense they'll be playing at Texas A&M. We now know the defense that we're playing here at Miami because we have a defensive coordinator with
Yes, we
a
do.
resume that is longer than many of your lives. He has been coaching for 40 years, man, and always at big time gigs, big time conferences. I was amused. So obviously the DC is Kevin Steele, who was out of coaching last year after having been the interim at Tennessee. But I'm amused by the folks that are trying to throw shade because they're all pointing to look at the numbers his defense put up in 2010. Bro, if you've been coaching for 40 years, couple of those years are probably going to be rough. And if you got to go back over a decade, go. Have fun with that. If that's what you got, I'll take that all fucking day. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the best defensive coordinator we've had here in over a decade.
Look, he first of all, he's an SEC guy.
Yep.
And I'll take an SEC coordinator all day on the defensive side of the ball, not necessarily
Who was
the offensive
raised
side of
under
the ball.
Tom Osborne at Nebraska.
Okay.
So
he's I saw the last 3 years when he was coaching at Auburn before he got the interim gig, and then he got the interim gig at Tennessee. So those last 3 years at Auburn, it's just kind of going off the top of my head because I saw it and I don't have it in front of me. Second in the conference in most all statistical categories. So it's the SEC at Auburn. I'm good with that. I mean, what do you want? Who do you want? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you're going to hire, and half the fan base is going to bitch about something just because they can't get out of their own way. And that's fine. I'm thrilled. Like I said from the beginning, I don't care who he hires. I don't care. I simply don't care.
I like the fact that Kevin Steele is someone that has shown over his career that he knows how to game plan and he knows how to make adjustments. And I'll tell you what, if you're not aware, so when he was at Auburn putting up great defenses, there was one game against Alabama where they were like big-time underdogs. They were supposed to get rolled in that game. And he came out in a 3-1-7. And he caused Alabama all sorts of headaches
LSU.
doing that. Was it LSU?
It was
Or
LSU
was the
and Joe
Okay, it was
Burrow's
LSU.
year.
And I will tell you this, bro, I think with his defense, you're going to see 3 safeties on the field at the same time, and I'm all about that fucking game.
So, some stats on our boy. Thank you to Manny Navarro for posting this. Miami gave up 31 points and 407 yards a game to FBS opponents last year, ranking him 92nd and 80th, respectively. New Miami DC, Kevin Steele, in his last 9 seasons. 9 seasons. As a coordinator at Auburn, 2016-2020, LSU 2015. Clemson, he was there too from 2009 to 11. He only surrendered more than 25 points a game in a season once, and that was 2011. and more than 400 yards a game in a season once. So in 9 years, what Manny pulled off last year, he's only done it once in a decade. All right? You talked about it, Toast. Yeah, the guy's a multiple guy. He's creative. You know, for those who aren't part of the OBB, family, OBB Patreon chat, we had Lance Ruffers, contributor for the OBB Legend. Brilliant mind. He's in there posting pictures and all the different defensive formations. And I'm just, like with popcorn watching him because he's my XO brother from another mother. So I'm just like, this is great stuff. And meanwhile, it's all going on in the chat. I mean, to all nights. And we're breaking down Steele's defense. And it's exciting. I think the University of Miami, Mario Cristobal said it from the jump. He's like, I want a multiple defense. So you talk about coming out one game in a 3-1-7. Next game, he's out in a 4-2-5. If he's got to go into a bear look, he'll go into. He's going to do whatever it takes to go ahead and win. And being multiple is a great thing. You want to know why? The more multiple you can be at defense, it's going to create little niche roles for players. This player is going to be in this front, and he does really well versus this front. It's going to create more niche roles. More people are going to get involved. And I'm excited because the guy's now. My only concern, he's a little up there in age.
Well, I'll tell you what, I love that. I love the fact that he's 63 and he's not looking for a head coaching gig. In my mind, he's coming here to maybe coach 5-6 years and then retire. I mean, he'll be like in his late 60s. So I think it's perfect. Like Mario doesn't have to worry about him getting poached by someone else over the next 2 years. He's his DC.
Well, my thing is Shoop's still involved with that, and they're going to be comparing like AARP cards and like Medicare rates. You know what I'm saying? I think it's great. They'll get their game plan done early. They'll watch some Murder, She Wrote. They'll have some tea.
Murder, She Wrote.
But everything will be done right.
Oh, Angela was
They're both
great.
huge Angela Lansbury fans. Growing up as kids, they had her poster on their bedroom walls.
I'm just thinking between Shoop and Steele. Shoop and Steele. That's like a movie. With Sylvester Stallone. But they have like 150 years of experience being defensive coordinators. I think they've seen a thing or two. So it's ultimately going to come down to these players if they can assimilate this system. Because I'm sure, Manny was simplistic, and I think Steele with all the looks. I mean, get in your playbook, kids. Get in your playbook.
Scoop.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on Steele before we move on to OC possibilities?
I already talked about it, didn't I?
Yeah,
you
I
did,
talked a little bit,
did.
and then I said, I don't care. I don't care. It's good. It's
All
great.
right.
Good.
All right.
I
All
don't
right.
care. Hire Snoopy.
It's an upgrade.
I'm
would
okay.
think it's an upgrade.
Here's my thing. I'm less. It's kind of a weird thing for me. It's kind of a.
We're missing something.
It's an enlightening aspect for me. A enlightening and a lightening of the load of vested interest that I have in everything that's done throughout the staff and the program. I have faith in Mario. I have clamored and screamed and hollered and whatever I could do for the last more than half a decade, the last 3 hires, to have Mario as the guy. So now that he is, I'm just going to sit back and let it happen. Hire whoever you want. I'm good with it. When we see stuff on the field and I critique it, then I'll critique it. But until then, everything's an A+++ hire for me. All of it. And it could not be, but it is for me. It's fantastic. Everything is fantastic.
What's funny to me? Andrea, right? Her first name's Andrea. Andrea Adelson's absence. You want to know why Andrea Adelson's absence? She was so upset about the Miami hiring process and blah, blah, blah with Mario Cristobal. Miami fans bodied her too. So that when the new DC has a plaque at Maryland in his office when he tells them he hasn't signed a contract yet and he's recruiting for Miami coming down here. But she didn't say a word because she knew better. She knew better. Way to sit that one out, AA. Good.
I love the fact that they had a plaque outside of his office. Like
door.
he had the nameplate was on the door. The nameplate was on the door. Oh my God.
That's funny.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, savage.
Phenomenal.
Savage.
So now listen, Mario said in his press conference today, he is hoping that by next Friday, end of next week, this staff will be completely full. So he's obviously narrowed in on those that he has selected to fill it out. We'll find out. I know there were a couple rumors out there for OC today, but we'll wait and see what happens. As Scoop said, who gives a shit? Everything's an A+ higher.
That's correct. Until proven otherwise. It's all brilliant.
If Steele was the pick at DC, there were some names floating around. Obviously, Belk was a name that but obviously,
What's this Golish? Is this Golish guy is a name I've seen out there?
Offensive coordinator, under a hypo. Listen, they were top 10 in offense last year. If that ends up being the guy, who knows?
Think about it.
SEC 40 points a game. That's not easy.
He scored
to do,
just
bro.
under 40, 39.7 a game.
Right underneath Alabama.
Except for seventh
one
in
spot
the
underneath
country
Alabama
last year, and he, right, came from UCF. So he came with Heupel from UCF to Tennessee. So if he comes down here, clearly he's made 2 upgrades since UCF. Right? I mean, just so little brother doesn't get it twisted.
Listen, I would just expect for the self-anointed state champs that they'd be able to parlay that into a class better than 51st.
Yeah, I know, right?
You had to click on more, load more to get to UCF.
I will say the only thing that UCF has done, and I don't think they consider do they factor in the portal stuff, because they kicked some serious ass in the portal last.
No, they got some good. They've done well with the portal.
No joke.
I'll tell you, from just actual recruits though, it's all 3 stars and 1 4-star. So,
who got the most amount of 4 stars in the state?
I believe that'd be us.
2 months.
We had 1 commit when Mario took the job.
1.
Yeah,
a single one.
Jakari.
I was corrected on that.
Oh, it is Jakari.
You guys need to go back and listen to film.
Said,
every single time I said we were on the show with him, and you guys were saying Jakari, and I was saying Jakari.
You did.
Right? And he didn't correct you guys, but I was Jakari.
Here's the funny
there was a reason
funny story.
why I was calling him Jakari.
Oh, God.
We were at the show at the Tank, and I did the interview with the 3 of them. And he sits down next to me, and he goes, "It's pronounced Jakari." It's the first words out of his mouth. And I looked at him, or I was like, "Okay, I got you. But I said, "But can I ask you a question? Isn't it spelt with a U?" And he said, "Yes." He's like, "And I've asked my mother that many, many times. Why did you spell it with a U if you pronounce it with an A?" And he said, "She doesn't give me an answer. That's just the way it is."
Just mom. Mom says,
and I was like,
I would spell.
I was like, okay. I was like, I
good enough.
Like, I thought that was it.
About that?
And I said, I appreciate you correcting me, because now I won't ever say it wrong again. But it was like a funny little exchange between the 2 of us.
You know what's fascinating? I totally heard this whole thing because it was on the show. We heard it. It was on the
That's true.
show. We heard
it was on there.
So yeah,
I didn't get that far into the show.
It was on it.
Neither did I.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I lived it once.
There.
That was an event.
I kind of fast forwarded to that part because I didn't really hear.
Yeah,
I was out there and mingling, doing my thing, and I was like, I want to hear how Scoop did with the 3 new guys, and it was the first thing he said. I'm like, ooh, awkward.
I felt like a douchebag. But then we laughed about it, so it's
which was
right.
he's a good.
The 3, those 3
I like
kids,
him
man.
a lot, man. Those 2 are
3
awesome.
kids
Those guys are awesome, man.
If
they're bright.
If that is the kid that Mario and this staff is recruiting, you can't root against him in any way, shape, or form. They 3 of them are absolute stand-up dudes, great heads on their shoulder, articulate, thoughtful, respectful, great kids. I cannot talk highly enough about 3 of them.
They are phenomenal. Absolutely. All right. Want to talk about the schedule, boys?
Let's go.
So we already knew
I think we
the
got
first 4 games. Those had already been set, but now we have the dates and schedule for the rest. We now know where very predictable, where the bye week is. Heading into North Carolina. It's always a bye week going into North Carolina. So
how's Mario out of bye weeks?
let's I'll tell you what, I'm looking at the schedule. First of all, I believe the schedule outside of 2 games is one of the easier ones. Just where the home games are, where the away games are. I don't know. I'm just saying. I like the flow of it.
I know.
Here
I like
we
the
go.
flow of the schedule. What I do, I like the flow of the schedule.
Here we go.
The only issue is that you're front loaded on home games. You don't have a lot of home games to end the season. Like you're only home twice in the last 5 weeks.
Can't we have home games when it's cooler?
You'd like to think.
Wouldn't
yeah.
that? Can't we backload the home games?
Listen, Florida State will be nice. November 5th. That'll be gorgeous weather for that game, for that ass whooping.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's at home Thanksgiving
Mike.
week. All right, so let's go
Thanksgiving.
through this. So we kick off at home against Bethune-Cookman on the 3rd of September. Yeah, obviously. Follow that up, home against Southern Miss on the 10th.
Win.
Okay. Then we go on the road to see Shamar and the crew, Jimbo, Whiny Jimbo, the 12th man, Texas A&M on the 17th of September.
Can't pick that yet.
Okay. Then we return home against Middle Tennessee.
Win.
And then we'll live with that
a
win for an
great
extra week because we have a bye week, a nice early bye week. And then
We don't lose or win.
and then
that
we
week.
welcome at the Rock the team that has owned us under the Manny Diaz era, North Carolina, who has the
Win.
number
Win.
one
Easy
recruiting class in the conference this year.
Well, who's their QB?
Who nobody knows.
Sabbath.
It's not our QB.
Nope.
Nope.
We then follow up
changer,
North
by the way.
Carolina. We go on the road for a rivalry game at Va Tech on the 15th of October.
Who's even coaching them? Who did they get to coach? I don't even know.
Neither do I.
A Penn State dude, right?
Any
the DC?
dude that's playing a dude disguised as
any
another
of these
dude.
Thursdays
I don't
or
even know who
Fridays?
the dude is.
Or are these all Saturdays?
Oh, wow. I didn't even look at like that. Oh, I'd have to look at the actual calendar. Let's see here. So September 3rd is a Saturday, 10th, 17th. So all September are Saturdays, October 8th, 15th, 22nd, 29th, October, all Saturday
Saturdays.
games. And then we've got the 5th, the 12th, the 19th. Yes,
Wow,
all Saturday
we don't
games,
have a
all
Thursday
season.
or a Friday
Nope.
game.
None.
Even
That
even
sucks.
the Pitt game is usually like a Friday when it's
Pitt's game,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, the
It's-
26th
That kinda
is a
sucks.
Saturday.
I love doing like Thursday or Friday night games at the Rock.
It's always nice when there's one.
Recap show, and then that's when that's recap show
Yes.
season. It's the recap show.
All right, so after we travel to Virginia Tech, we
So what do
return
we-
home on the
Can we win-
22nd of
can we win at
October.
Va Tech?
I'm too easy. I don't want to pick that one yet. There's some games I'm gonna pass.
right.
We'll have official
How about
preview
the-
show. I want to see how the rest of the portal works out. Who the rest of the
Okay.
stuff
All right.
is.
All right. I'm not going to put you on the it's the beginning of October of February. I'm not going to put you on the
Yeah.
We return home from Va Tech to take on Duke.
Win.
Then
Some of them are easy.
we go on the
Some of them are
road and take on who is their coach now because Bronco walked away, Virginia.
It was the dude from Clemson
Oh, right, the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Elliott, right?
Yeah, Elliott.
Yeah.
and all the Miami staff. We got Jess Simpson
Yeah.
over there, and then Coach
So we
Feely.
beat-
Touchy
we beat
Feely
Virginia?
went over there. And they took Coach Aristal. They took him
Frank's
too.
still in the Duke
Coach
game.
A, so
I mean,
All right, go
what's her
ahead.
name?
What do we got?
Virginia,
Rowe.
at
Rowe's
Virginia.
still in the Duke game.
Virginia, I think we're gonna win that game because that's they don't they lost their
Yeah.
QB
And their
right?
head coach.
The kid's been there for 17 years. And
Yeah, that lefty.
So transition
All right.
year. Win.
Come home from Virginia for
Marcel.
Hate Week, the 5th of November, Florida State.
At home,
home.
Listen, you lost. Oh, you lose. Big L. Back on the streak for us. You're not winning that game.
Then we have back-to-back road games. First, Georgia Tech,
Win.
the 12th of November. Then,
They lost their running
They
back
did,
too, right?
with
To the
the Bama.
portal. He went to Bama.
yeah.
That kid was so good. Sucks for you.
Then we follow up that game by going to Death Valley to take on Clemson, where if everything is going right, this has prime time written all over it. We'll see how both squads are doing. It could this could have college playoff implications. It's going to be one hell of a game.
Yeah.
We don't have more than 2 losses. At
All right,
this
and then
point.
we
Maybe
finish up at
one.
home against Pitt
Without Pickett?
Rebound game.
without Whipple and without
Pickett.
Pickett.
Yeah.
Whipple's gone.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is setting up to be a good season.
what I'm saying.
I want to see what we do in the portal. I want to. You know what's? It's a lot of it depends on what we end up doing at the linebacker position. I just don't like the way we're coming into this season at linebacker.
What, with none?
I think if we get Well, basically. And the fact that the coach basically said like that. Now, I love Wesley. Wesley Lasaint is amazing. Probably one of the better pure linebackers to come out of South Florida in a while. So I'm excited about that. But he's young.
Yeah.
You know. So I want to see what they do. I want to see what they can grab off in the portal because they're going to need to. Running back got deep. Quarterback were fine. Tight end were super deep. Jaleel if you guys listen, Jaleel's in a couple pictures on that. Check it out on our social. He's huge.
Oh my God.
He's,
Hold on.
he's a hybrid.
The three of them.
Oh my goodness.
They're not.
are
These aren't
savage
basketball players. Like everyone who saw the photos,
They look like a
are
basketball players.
What? Right?
Yeah.
Even Jakari's like 6'5". They're all so tall. I couldn't believe how
And they're
tall
going
they
to
were.
fill out. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And then
When
Cyrus
Feld's done
has
with
the
them,
hair.
oh.
He's like
Yes.
6'6", and he's
got the kid
6'9"
in
with
play.
his due.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Bro, you can end up going with Mallory Arroyo and then
Yeah.
put Jaleel on there, and you have some other tight end options too. You could go like a
Stupid.
13 set, like one running back there, and like literally they play as wide receivers. And what are you supposed to do with that? Like you could literally do that. You have there's so much fun. Whoever's the offensive coordinator is going to have some weapons. I like.
I am when you look at the roster. Obviously, you guys mentioned the improvement you're looking to see at linebacker. I can't wait to see what Mario and Mirabal do with this offensive line. I mean, I am.
Isn't that funny?
I am giddy. I am
Isn't that
giddy
funny?
at the
Like you're
prospect
excited about
of
the
how
O-line.
good this offensive line could. We've seen them in the last few years, and it's all pretty much the same guys. And I just have a feeling we're going to see all of them just up their game by like 2-3 steps. And I just can't wait to see what that looks like. It's been a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's if you is there anybody who's going to get them right? Mario and Mirabal are going to get them right along the offensive line. What's plagued us for years is offensive line. And listen, what got Oregon their quarterback play, right? That's what Mario came under fire. Development of the quarterback. So yes, find a great quarterback coach for the University of Miami. We get that. But it wasn't their offensive line. It wasn't their offensive line that came into question. They rushed for over 200 yards the last two seasons.
Speaking of, you mentioned quarterback coach. Ken Dorsey, we love you. There was no need to cock block us today, though. You just get the OC job with the Bills, and then you
He went
cock block
stole
us by
Joe
hiring
Brady.
Joe Brady
I
as your
know.
quarterback
It's like, what
coach.
is this?
What the? Hello, Ken.
we can
We
still
didn't
get
get
him.
you, and now you
Let's
got to
get
take
him.
the guy that we wanted to get instead of you, like as your backup. You cock blocked us.
Congratulations. Congratulations, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, listen,
to
kudos
Kenny. Oh,
to
man.
some of the Orange Bowl boys in here. Kudos in here. And for all those people who said, Kenny Dorsey can't call
not
plays.
qualified, not
Really?
qualified to call plays. And the fact that Josh
Really?
Allen, the fact that Dorsey constantly reminds Josh Allen that he's the all-time winningest quarterback in college at 32-8 is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's like, he don't let you forget it. So, listen, Ken Dorsey's going to be a head coach in the NFL in, I'm guessing, 3 to 5 years. So,
Yeah.
and he's going to deserve it.
And you
it's
know
gonna
who
be great.
won't? You know who probably won't be? It's Brian Flores. I don't think he's going to get a job in the NFL anytime
not
soon.
anytime
Wow,
soon.
Scorched earth. We're not going to really necessarily touch that because this is a Miami Hurricane pod, but wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen.
Bill Belichick's texting the wrong dude.
Bill Belichick may never use a cell phone again. He may just throw them away.
Yeah. I'm surprised he actually uses one.
Not well.
He looks like a rotary
Here's the
phone
thing.
guy.
So here's what we've learned. Everyone in Belichick's phone, first name only. There's no last names. How many Bryans do you have in there, Bill? Come on.
Yeah, his coaching tree is so
Right?
large, too. He probably has like
That's
17
what I'm
as
saying.
former assistants.
How
named
do you not
Brian.
have last names, dog?
Yeah.
Should we do 5 questions?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Before we do 5 questions, let me just remind you, Super Bowl right around the corner. You can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code TPPN. Get 56-1 odds on either team. Just bet $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code TPPN at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. 21 and over. Minimum age and location requirements vary by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full list of requirements and state-specific responsible gaming resources. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in Tennessee. Call or text the Tennessee Red Line, TN Red Line. In Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. In New York, call 8778 HOPENY, or text HOPENNY. There, yes. Well, that's quite a disclaimer.
And admit it.
Wow, they changed up the disclaimer on us. That is a lot of words.
For Super Bowl, because the betting's going through the roof. All the-
So I had
the betting.
I had lunch with our favorite bookie beaten ass today. Mm-hmm. Can I tell you that last week? I feel like I tell you this every single week. Last week, again, he had another first round winner. I feel this is repetitive. It's like 3 out of 4 weeks he's had a first round winner in golf, which he feels is the best bet in like all of sports because it's the highest odds for the shortest time. Kind of great. So he did it again, and then he was up. A lot of units last week. I'm telling you, the golf. He had a max play NHL winner last night. He had a 3-unit winner in college hoops last night. He's crushing everything. So if you guys have interest, I suggest you either give him a follow, go to the website, beatinthebookie.com, at beatinthebookie on Instagram and Twitter, and his TikTok. He's got his boy putting all his videos on TikTok. You get some free plays on there. If you want to make money, do it. If you don't want extra money, don't do it. I don't care. But you should because he wins. The GOAT.
I'm going back to the tank, right? Because beating the bookies off to my left, and I'm just reveling in the story that like he plays online poker for the first time and wins $300,000. Right? $300,000. He bought two wave runners. That's what he bought for 2 wave runners. Now, off to my left, this is what I'm seeing. And off to my right, you know who was there?
That's right.
Caneswear. They did well.
That's
you know,
right.
what a smart play. You want to talk about smart play in units? They had their miniature Miami helmets. Those things
I got
sold.
one.
I got one.
I got one.
Tyler signed
You
it.
both got hot wings.
Yep.
Yeah. And you guys got Tyler Van Dyke signatures on those mini helmets. Brilliant play. Brett, Kenny, and the boys, they'll hook you up. Caneswear at Miami Fanwear, the Spot Miami Fan Shop. Items for Canes, Heat, Finns, Marlins, Panthers, and Inter Miami, 2511 South University Drive in Davie. Their phone number is 954-835-5597. Fastest shipping in the West. We know a lot of people that went there before tank, after tank, during tank. Yes.
Little breaking news for you boys before we get into 5 questions. Jim Harbaugh going back to Michigan.
Yes.
There you go. All right.
Do you leave Michigan?
Well, he was flirting with. Remember, he spent signing day in Minnesota talking to the Vikings, which was an odd place to spend signing day. But apparently, they did not present him with an offer, so he has informed Michigan that he'll be returning to Ann Arbor.
And there was rumors that he was going to go to the Dolphins too.
I think that. I don't know who's going to go to the Dolphins now. Who would go to the Dolphins now? Like
Listen,
you're going to lose draft picks.
exactly.
You're going to lose ownership.
Exactly. Honestly, Ross, I'm going to leave it at this. If you're that dumb to pay a dude to tank, that's probably going to get fired and use that against you. You shouldn't own a pro sports team. Yes.
Yeah, I actually dropped into Bookie's DMs asking him, like, dude, how does Vegas feel about this news coming out? And he's like, like they can't be thrilled.
Yeah. So I got a disclaimer too, because we're doing 5 questions, and I admitted this to Scoop, but now that you're here, the little intro to 5 questions that you do, it's like nails on a chalkboard, right? It is like. I think it's great, right? But because it sticks in my brain, though,
It's
I
like the
can't
guy
have
is
it
in
change
his
it.
head. Yeah, it's literally like it's in his head.
Like your voice is right. It's just so perfect for radio, like podcasting. Everything's great. It's like welcome to the big show, right? You got and fighting questions. I'm like,
Like it does. It like
my
really.
goodness.
He was telling me this story in the truck, and he was starting to sweat like we were talking about needles.
I'm sweating now.
Well, good.
gross.
You should
Yeah,
send
I
it
think
to you.
great.
Make it
I
your
think it's
ringtone.
great.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely
awesome.
So every time I listen to it, I will think at the discomfort of Roe.
Yeah. Well, now I'm gonna have it. Now I'm gonna. now I'm going to have it just so that I can have it as a little sound effect
Yes,
during the
you
podcast
damn
now.
better.
Yes.
You damn better.
Just to have it. I
Yes.
didn't realize this was triggering horrors in his brain.
Look at him.
All right.
I don't know what
I
it
know.
is.
It's like getting a
Question
shot
number
in the
one.
nads.
Here we go.
5 questions.
You stubbed your toe really bad. What's the first thing coming out of your mouth?
Fuck. It's not even close.
Yeah, everybody.
Is
But
it
it's
just
one-
fuck or is it fucking
no,
something?
I don't know. It's just, but it's really,
No,
really loud.
Just one.
Yeah.
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 See, I will do something where I'll be like, fucking, and then I'll just start like just mumbling noises. Like, fucking.
Oh, God. I haven't done
There's
that
nothing
bad
worse
before.
than
Hellacious.
stubbing your toe. There's no simple, easy pain that's worse than that.
One hellacious F-bomb and you move.
And you got to keep it moving. Don't
Well,
let
now,
it
you guys
settle
have
in.
children. You guys have children. So if
Yeah.
they hear all of a sudden mom or daddy scream, fuck.
Yeah. It's
It's gotta
happening.
be
It's
fun.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I get the. You just said.
Yeah, the look of,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, look at
I'm well
disapproval.
aware. Yeah.
yeah. Daddy's a grown
Okay.
man's.
Grown man's.
Grown man's.
I'm a grown man's.
All right.
All grows up.
Next question. What is your most unpopular musical opinion? No one say Nickelback is good,
No,
please.
I have one. I have one the opposite direction.
Okay.
Bro.
The new rap is trash. I mean, I get it.
If you were raised on
Getting
80s,
older.
90s rap, it doesn't compare.
Oh yeah, all
Doesn't
day.
compare.
But like this is don't take offense to it. It's what our generation does. The generation before us did it too. Like, old school rock was the best. No, old school rap was the best. Don't take offense to it. It just misses me by a long shot.
Scoopy,
Yeah, I can't stand Nirvana.
are you fucking
I
kidding
think
me?
it's garbage.
There's two of us that think that.
You think Nirvana's garbage?
We
Garbage.
started our band as a cover band, and we just had so many similarities other than the golf thing. He loved the U, and I was like, listen, bro, and I came to him. I was like, I really don't want to play any Nirvana songs. He's like, I can't stand Nirvana. I was like, all right, let's start a band.
Wow.
Pretty much.
That
True.
is, that's an unpopular
You'll-
musical
you'll
opinion.
never hear-
Yeah.
Now, I will say, it is a Nirvana song. Now, you remember the Black Widow? They actually covered that song. A girl did it, like kind of emo. It was fantastic. I loved that rendition. I thought it was one of the more phenomenal covers I've ever heard. And they were covering Nirvana. I'll give it kudos for that. But as far as them, the band Kurt Cobain, no thanks.
I guess mine would be that old school, like barroom jazz is the best form of music.
It's brilliant.
Like a trumpet, like a 3-piece stand-up bass trumpet player, saxophone player, just
absolutely.
sitting on a fucking stage, just jamming. Maybe a little keyboard action. Fuck.
They're
Well,
talented.
see, here's the thing, though.
They're
We're all
talented.
musicians, so it
Yeah.
it hits differently for us. We appreciate that. Most people think you're nuts, but yes, absolutely. And we
is
were
gonna be a
listening
good
to.
one.
So this was funny actually.
Yeah.
We were on the way home from the show, and we had. I felt like it was 20 years ago. We had classical music on in the truck, and Daniela had asked why we had classical music on, and Ro tells her because after every show, no matter where we were, after every show on the ride home, we listened to classical music because it helped, kind of de-escalate all of
Bring it down. I
everything.
gotcha.
So yes, we were listening to that on the way home. I'm a huge fan of classical music.
All right, this will be a good one, especially for you, Scoop. What's the first thing you do when going into a hotel room?
He's got like
No,
Oh,
I
he
don't.
has to have
I
a
don't.
kit.
I don't.
Gloves.
I don't.
You don't?
like gloves. A
Oh my
black
God!
light.
Yeah, like I
Wipes.
anticipate he has
No,
like an
because
hour
no.
routine and a 1 hour
See,
long
here's the deal.
routine of
oh,
cleaning.
Oh, hold on. This isn't a good question as much as you think it is because here's what I know about Scoop. Scoop's not just staying at any
True.
hotel.
True.
If Scoop's gonna stay it's the one in Miami, right? He's not staying at the budget 8 motel.
Down at the Red Roof Inn? No Red Roof Inn?
No Holiday Inn Express.
No Courtyard by Marriott?
So this is a silly question. There's no. This is a pass. It's me, easy, turning down the AC.
Yeah,
I'm
all right.
turning it down. I don't pay for that bill. It's going down to like sub-zero.
I like that. I know mine. I walk straight through and I walk up back to look at the view.
Okay. I was going to say, well, since you already said the AC, then I'll use my second one, which is always taking an antibacterial wipe to the remote control.
See, I don't even do that.
Okay.
Oh, you don't do that? Oh, that's where all the diseases live.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That
I
and
touch
gas
the remote
station
very
handles.
much, to be honest with you.
That and gas station handles.
I don't really turn on. I don't turn on the TV in hotel rooms.
Okay. What are you doing there?
Not watch TV.
Okay. All right. Next question. Number 4.
Moving on.
Someone hands you a box with all of the items you've lost in your life. What's the first thing you look for and grab?
Oh, that is such a good question. And I have
won't
no
answer
idea
'cause
to
he
an
has
answer.
no
idea.
No
idea.
But man, that's awesome. What a cool question.
I know. I have an idea what happened to him. But there's 2 rings that I lost that are probably the most. They had a value to them, but the 2 biggest rings. I played in a big league World Series. I know the Little League World Series gets a lot of the pub for the Little League kids, but Floyd Hoyle Stadium, we won the whole thing. We won the big league World Series. I got a ring for that, and then my state championship ring for baseball. We won that too, and disappeared, nowhere to be found. So that box, those 2 things, mean a lot to me. I wish I had them back. So whatever pawn store somebody sold them to, meanies.
There was back when we were children and video games were in their infant stages, there was a handheld electronic football game made by Mattel that just had like 4 different levels of like lanes you could run in with the little red dots. Bro, it was the best friggin' football game in the world. Electronic game by Mattel Classic. Friggin', I'd love to play that thing again. Scoop?
It would be a Miami Hurricanes ball marker.
Okay.
So interesting story. So I had thought I lost it. I know where. So I was at the new course in Orlando, Grand Cypress, my favorite course in Florida. And I lost it on the course. And I was like my dog ran away. It was really strange. I just had this like such an emotional attachment to this thing. And so I'm looking all over for it. And I'm like, I didn't leave it somewhere. Anyway, so I lift up the seat for the cart, and it had fallen out of my pocket and underneath the seat in the cart. It was sitting right there. Couldn't believe it. It was like the happiest thing ever, right? So I found it. And like a month later, I lost it for good.
Damn.
Yeah. And I'd had it for years.
You know you left
So
it on
it was
a green
like-
somewhere.
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, probably that. That's the one thing I could think of that I'd really like to have back.
All right.
Man, if I want to do a hybrid because, Toast, you brought some nostalgia to it. I wish I could go back in time, though, and just give, like, the 10-year-old me a note that says, buy 2 Legend of Zeldas,
Never
open the second one, and get it auctioned in 2022.
There you go.
It will be worth $2.1 million. Oh, my goodness.
All right, last question. What's the first job you are getting when we all move to Mars? I'll start with this one. I'm going to get a job as a bouncer at the bar where the 3-breasted women work.
That was it. Come on. Come on, get to the chopper. Come on, let's do it now. Come on, you make me wish that I had 3 hands. That was such a great movie. Total
The first
Recall.
one, the original, not that stupid-ass remake with dumbass.
I'd like to go last because I think I'm going to
Okay.
win.
Scoop? Scoop's got no answer for
I'd
this.
like to be a rock broker.
Okay. All right.
So the job that I would like to have once we move to Mars, Shamar Stewart's handler. Too soon?
You know.
Too soon? You snake.
5 questions.
What boys do we want to name this episode?
Still loading.
Still loading?
What does that have to do with it?
Or load more?
What was their term? Load more? Still
yeah.
loading?
Load more.
Load more? Load more?
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Load more. All the rivals kept saying back in early signing day, I guess you can't find a recruiting class. You have to load more.
At the end of it only shows the top 50. You have to hit load more for the
Right?
That's where, yeah.
Oh,
They called our class Load
Yeah.
More.
I was. My vote was for lying sack of shits.
I kind of like that lying sack of shits.
But you gotta
we put
start out though. Yeah.
Expletive.
Yeah,
you
no, I
gotta
got to do
start.
little stars. I gotcha. Yeah.
See, I'm always curious on the playback because I know, seldom I do those rants.
So is it lying sack of
I definitely
shits
ran
or
it.
lying sacks of shit?
No, he said it the incorrect way. Lying sack of.
sack of shits.
And I have no idea that I'm even saying it wrong. When it's coming, when it's in my head, it sounds.
I mean, it was so good because it just flowed, but it was so funny at the same time.
because there was multiple of them. There was many liars at that point.
Oh my god!
All right.
All right, boys.
Sacks are plural.
Yeah. lying sack of shits.
Oh my god, it's so good.
All right. Well, it was a good week, man. We had a nice, wonderful, awesome broadcast and signing day, and so now we will. So they mentioned the spring game, so that's going to be happening. They already put the date out for that, so we'll be getting
16th?
spring ball
Location unknown?
happening. Yep.
And I don't want to spoil anything because I'll let Scoop go again. But I don't know, something in springtime. Pay attention. We don't stop.
No, we
That-
don't.
that
So this is going
will
to be a big
be-
spring for us.
That will be a brilliant thing. I'll say
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Brilliant
say
thing.
thing.
I
Yes.
cannot
Yeah.
wait for
Yeah.
for all that.
We got awesome stuff
And
before the
this
season
spring
even
as
starts.
well. And this spring as well, the launch of the
right.
OBB Legend. If you're on social media, you see a lot of people with their hashtags, their bio updated. We're having our first Zoom staff meeting coming up here shortly. We got a lot of great ideas. It's going to be fun. I can't wait for that as well. So, man, big things, big things.
Well, then, we will see you guys next week. As always, go Canes!
Bang.
That's another episode in the books. The Orange Ball Boys are brought to you by Ed Morse Automotive Group. Visit edmorse.com.